Welcome to Get Offset. My name is Emily, and I'm here today with the just released Empress Effects Compressor Mark II, which promises a lot of fun features. And you know what? Before we start, let me show you a fun feature. I'm going to unplug it. Whoop, and then I'm going to plug it back in if I can find it. Ooh. Isn't it neat when pedals do that? The Albi by Big Ears does that too. But I digress. It's a compressor. Some people get more excited about compressors than others. If you play country or Western music, you're probably really excited about compressors. I would venture the same for like funk players. But if you're not familiar with what a compressor does, it kind of evens out your playing. It in what's the easiest way to explain a compressor? At a certain point in your levels, it will squish the sound. So it will just make a little bit less in dynamics. A lot of people don't like how popular music today is extremely compressed. Some people don't mind that. I'm not here to talk about compression in music overall. I'm just here to talk about this pedal. Compressors are hugely helpful, especially in some genres of music, as I mentioned, country music. Bassists love them to kind of mellow their attack. Guitarists love them to make their attack a little bit more defined. So different people use compressors in different ways, and I am going to eventually go through some of the quick start settings, but let's talk a little bit about the actual controls. And I do have my little book out. I know how compressors work. If you want to come at me, I did major in music business and took studio production classes. So while I don't know everything, I know a little. Because this just has so many knobs. Some compressors don't have this many knobs. So let's start with the output. That will be the volume that goes out of the pedal into the next thing in your signal chain. The input sets the level entering the compressor circuit. Higher levels result in more compression. I'm going to start with the input all the way down, and I'm going to feed that up so you can hear the difference as it goes. And I'm just going to go ahead and get all my toggles and stuff in the middle. Pretty much everything is middle-ish. Next, we have attack, and that sets how quickly your sound will be compressed. So if you really want that chicken picking sound, I'm pretty sure they have, the attack up on that. The release sets how quickly the compressor sort of releases the compression after it hits a threshold. I like to keep the attack a little bit higher and the release a little bit lower, so quicker, I think, is how that works. Release time increases as you turn the knob clockwise. Yes. I like to keep the release low. Mix control, it's kind of a dry blend, so you can blend in more of your dry sound. That can give you a more natural sound while still adding some of the excitement that a compressor can add to your playing. Tone is a tilt style control centered at 500 hertz. So clockwise boost treble, cuts bass, counterclockwise boost bass, cuts treble. Then we have the ratio. There are three next is ratio. We have three ratios. We have the pretty standard 2-to-1, a more aggressive but still natural enough sounding 4-to-1, and a 10-to-1 that acts, it's a lot of compression. That's more like a limiter. I love this little start guide that they sent because they actually made a little graphic showing what that looks like for each of those levels. So you can see that's pretty much flat response at the 10-to-1 setting. Then there is something that is called the sidechain high pass filter, and that is, quote, a high pass filter that cuts low frequencies going to the gain reduction control circuit, helps to avoid excess compression, especially on bass. I will try this pedal on bass, and we'll get more sound from that. So I am going to play without the compressor, and I'm going to kind of just go through and try to talk through the things as well as I can. All right, so let's just do some finger stuff. All right. Since my input is low, I don't have a lot of compression happening right now. Actually, pretty much none. So I'm going to turn that to noon. And I'm going to say really quickly, Fender American Professional Series 2 Jazzmaster going into the Strymon Iridium round B with the gain at about noon. And the room is at about 2. So I needed a little bit of room sound with this. So, more input, more compression. And I'm on the 2-to-1 right now, so little spanky already. 4-to-1. 10-to-1. And you actually have a visual indication of what's being limited and what your input is. So that's pretty cool to have. You can actually see it working. Nice. So you can hear the difference there, I think. Versus if we turn it all the way down. I mean, say what you want. I can hear the difference. So that was with the input at about 9 and the 2-to-1 compression. Now we'll do the 4-to-1. Ten to 1. Just crank it. And it does get noisier when you turn the input in more. It also drives your signal a lot more. So you can really treat it like a clean boost. Oof. Yeah, that is a lot of compression happening right now. It gets louder as we turn up the bass. What you also hear is a lot more sustain. Ooh, my computer fell asleep. All right, so I heard a difference, and I felt like it was a really positive difference. I feel like it was more. It definitely was more exciting. I felt like my playing, especially with the fingers, was more defined, which is a big reason a lot of I think country players like to use compressors. So I'm going to crank the attack a little bit, keep the input at about noon, mix pretty high, go back to a 2-to-1 compression. I'm going to turn the release down just because that's a setting that I like a lot. Alright, and let's just play with the tone to hear that. I'm going to turn it back to 2-to-1. I think I like a little bit of treble added to it. Alright. Let's see what happens when we really crank the release and really shorten the attack. What do I want to play? Alright. 2-to-1. 10-to-1. That was a weird thing I noticed. Did you hear that? The volume of it warbled a little bit. I think probably because the release was so slow. For the record, I could only hear that when it was a 10-to-1, the mix was 100% compressed signal, and the input was maxed, and the attack was all the way down, and the release was all the way up. So if that's one way to use a compressor, certainly, but I don't think it's the most common way to use a compressor. So let's go through some of these recommended settings, yeah? I'm going to start with the added control. So input's going to go around here. Output, I'm just going to leave output because that's why I need it. Attack around there. Release around there also. Mix up. Tone in the middle or probably wherever you want it. And this is a good starting point for adding consistency and sustain to your playing while retaining dynamics. Adjusting the input level so that the gain reduction meter shows 8, decibels of gain reduction when playing your loudest. So let's. That's about where it is. That was with the 4-to-1. So it's supposed to be with the... Yep, that was where it wanted it to be. Let's try it with the 2-to-1. Let's do that with the 10-to-1. Nice. I like that. That was a good setting. Next is the chicken pickin' setting. So we're going to turn up the input. This one provides a nice compressed country sound. Adjust the input gain so it's 10 decibels of reduction. And keep looking, and I keep seeing my hair move. And I'm like, please return to your designated spot here. And then the mix just all the way up. And we want it on the 10-to-1 ratio. And that's basically what I was doing when I was playing 9 to 5. Nice, clear, hard attack. Feels like an authentic chicken picking kind of thing. Next is transparent compression. This will give you a nice dynamic control to level out your playing. The 2-to-1 ratio is very transparent. It won't really sound compressed as much as it will just sound sweeter overall, which is something a lot of people like to use their compressors for, with the mix all the way up there. Let's compare that with no compressor. That is absolutely lovely. Is really, really nice. And finally, this one is called Limiter. This setting will eat up your pick attacks and create a smoother sound. You'll also get a lot of sustain. We turn the input down, we turn the output up, attack down, release around here, mix there, tone where I want it. best way to test a compressor is to just show what it sounds like uncompressed and then show what it sounds like compressed. I really like the way this makes my guitar sound. It's really, really nice, and it's a compressor is a make-gooder kind of pedal, I think. It's weird to explain what it does, but then when you hear them, you're like, yeah. So, please stay tuned for the bass portion of the video, and if you don't stay tuned for the bass portion of the video, please like, comment, subscribe below. Thanks, bye! Welcome back. I have a bass guitar for the first time in a minute, and I think I've lost everything I ever knew how to play on this. Alright, so that was what it sounded like dry. It's my Fender Player Series Mustang bass. Be nice. Start with a 2-to-1 compression, everything in the middle. What? How does that go? Sorry. I was on the 4-to-1 compression. I actually turned on the sidechain. I'm sorry. I know it's not cool to play bass with a pick, but I have to. So I'm not much of a bassist. I've never really used much compressor with my bass, but I would say without a doubt that makes my playing sound less anemic. Yeah, I mean, I liked playing around with that. I really feel like that would be a great tool for dialing in a tone that I actually like and think is good on a bass guitar, either in a live setting or recording, versus just plugging it in and turning a couple things on a compressor and hoping that it works. Like, the options in this are pretty astounding, from the different ratios, those side chains, which I could hear the difference on the bass. Being able to change input, attack, and release seem pretty standard in the mix is really nice to have. It's a lovely feature set. I love the indicator of like what the input and the gain reduction. It's just really nice because like I have some other pedals that like will light up when the gain reduction is happening, but this actually shows you the decibels, and I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. But yes, once again, this is the Compressor Mark II from Empress Effects. It should be available now. Big thank you to Empress Effects. I was sent this in exchange for the pedal. This is one of those. Thank you. In case you missed the notification at the bottom of the screen earlier. If you do want to pick up this pedal or any other pedals, check out their website. And if they're on reverb.com, please use the link in the video description. We get 1% back on your purchases, and it costs you $0 extra. Also, please use our DistroKid link to sign up for DistroKid. You'll save 7% on your first year of DistroKid, and we get $5. That's a really nice, easy way to support us. We also have a Patreon, getoffsetpodcast.com/shop has merch. Links to all of that in the video description. Thank you to everyone who's watching. If you're watching this on the 25th, I hope you have a safe Thanksgiving. Tomorrow is American Thanksgiving. I don't know what else to say about it. Maybe I'll do something on YouTube because I don't think I'm going anywhere. Once again, thanks for watching. Thanks for understanding. Please stay safe. Stay safe. Say safe things. Until next time, my name is Emily. Goodbye.